Friday saw Newcastle United reveal most of their pre-season friendly schedule, with Porto surely the most attractive of the opposition to be faced. No disrespect of course to St. Patrick's, Augsburg, and Hull City. However, the chance of an away trip to Porto will be attractive for many Newcastle fans, a bit of fun in the sun before the season starts a couple of weeks later. A nice write-up as well from the host club as they welcome Newcastle United. Reminder of the Fairs Cup victory of November 1969, the season after NUFC won the competition, Newcastle winning 1-0 at St James Park after a goalless draw away at Porto. Another massive connection between the two clubs is Sir Bobby Robson. After leaving the England job in 1990, the Geordie manager went on a continental tour, joining PSV Eindhoven, then Sporting Lisbon. After Bobby Robson was sacked in December 1993 despite Sporting Lisbon sitting at the top of the league table, rivals Porto quickly hired the future Newcastle manager, Jose Mourinho, appointed as his assistant manager. Porto were in a poor state when Robson arrived with average crowds of only 10,000, but he soon picked them up. A very satisfying win over Sporting Lisbon in the Portuguese Cup final, was then followed by successive league titles in the 1994-95 and 1995-96 seasons. Bobby Robson became affectionately known to Porto fans as Bobby 5-0, in honor of the number of matches Porto won 5-0. Robson left for Barcelona in 1996, but the team he had put together went on to win another 3 titles, making it 5 in a row. After Barcelona, Bobby Robson returned to PSV for 1 season before making his homecoming to Newcastle United, the team he had supported from being a boy. Official Porto website, Newcastle is the opponent in the presentation match. Return to Estadio do Dragão is scheduled for July 28. Newcastle United, from the English Premier League, is the opponent FC Porto will face in the match that will present the team to blue and white members and fans. The match is scheduled for July 28 at Estadio do Dragão, but the time hasn't been decided yet. Newcastle, a historic team from England who has already won the league 4 times, counts on Ghanaian Christian Atsu, who played for FC Porto in 2012-13, when the Dragons became 3 times national champions, under the lead of Vitor Pereira. FC Porto and Newcastle faced only once before in official competitions, in November 1969, in the second round of the Old Intercities Fairs Cup. After a 0-0 tie at Estadio dos Antas, the Scottish player Jimmy Scott scored the single goal of the second leg, ushering the qualification of the English team to the round of 16. The last time in history the two clubs met was on April 12, with the secondary teams. On that day, FC Porto B faced the under-23 team of Newcastle, at the mythical St James's Park, for the semi-final of the Premier League International Cup. Apart from the blue and white victory, 1-0, and the Dragons later won the competition, that day also had a homage paid by players and coaches to a name that was linked to the history of both clubs, Sir Bobby Robson. The late player and coach led the main team of FC Porto during 2.5 seasons, always winning titles. On his first season, 1993-94, he led the Dragons to the victory over the Portuguese Cup, and, in the following 2 years, 1994-95 and 1995-96, he won 2 championships, the first 2 in the 5-win streak, and 2 Super Cups. His career as coach ended exactly at Newcastle, 1999 to 2004, the club in his heart.